Hi, this is Reflection Journal 9 for WISE 201X. The first prompt says, the text states that race is socially constructed. Discuss the definition of race and how the idea of race has changed over the years. And I would say race is a social construct used to group people. That's mainly because it was established by the hierarchy to just distinctly identify what groups of people were in certain groups. So like white people, Asians, African Americans. Race divided human populations into groups. That was based on their like physical appearances, social factors, their backgrounds in culture and ethnicities. And I would say it's changed over the years with how like people blend together. So like mixed families, people of different cultures and races that marry each other and then have offspring that are like together, crossed, whatever. So it's definitely been better. It hasn't been as strict as it was way back when. But yeah, so number 2, you have to read Ain't I a Woman by Sojourner Truth and examine how it relates to intersectionality. And basically, Sojourner Truth was a black woman, and in her Ain't I a Woman, she basically stated that men preach that women need to be helped into carriages, lifted over ditches, have the best place anywhere. Yet, as a black woman, none of that got offered to her. And so intersectionality comes in and plays a role in which being a black woman, you didn't have access to any of those things because black people were thought to be inferior to white people and everyone else because white people wanted to establish supremacy, which was so wrong of them. Screw them. But yeah. 2 identities that I hold that intersect, I would say being a woman and Bosnian. Just because of how I grew up and what my culture is, I have different experiences than that of a woman who is Hispanic because obviously they grew up different in a different household, celebrating different culture, holidays and all that. So the third one, looking at the race card wall, you have to develop your own 6-word sentence based on the prompt. And I would say mine would be, can you actually speak Bosnian? And I think it's cool that people say things like that because they want to hear, can you actually speak a different language? How does it come out of their mouths? Whatever is so weird. But it's also like kind of weird to validate someone else's belief, like, oh, she needs to speak this language so I can validate her as being a Bosnian woman, or that she can actually speak another language and she's not making this up and all this. And a lot of people mistake Bosnians for being terrorists because a lot of them are Muslim, so they automatically assume that I'm one. I've heard that so many times in my life. And I'm like, first of all, you're wrong. I'm not Muslim, I'm Catholic. So you can't just assume based on either how my name is spelled or how I look like that I'm a terrorist. You shouldn't assume that any other way. But it was just so annoying that someone's like, oh, you're a terrorist, ha ha. Like, no, you can't say that. So I thought that was dumb, but I don't know. It's just weird. I have mixed feelings about people saying things like that. I think it's fine if you ask me, but it's also weird